messing around not once, but even more than once, you're potentially putting your mate at harm physically for any kind of disease.
I don't think we should ever tell. Oh, silent, silent. Such silence. I mean, first of all, if you're doing it again and again, you've got other problems that you should be discussing with your mate.
I don't know. Barbara wrote a whole book where she was kissing and telling a little bit of stuff. Then, of course, the women of ABC's The View, they were discussing infidelity. So they bring up an interesting issue, Simone. Should a cheating wife tell her husband? Yeah, and under what circumstances?
If she's committed to the relationship and committed to making changes, then yes, and they need to get into couple therapy together.
Now, I'm not convinced that... Let's say something happened. Let's a couple scenarios. Let's say something happened 10 years and it was very brief and over. In 10 years, you've had a great relationship. Is there any... Right, there's no benefit in telling that.
But last time, and this is going to make your viewers very irate, because last time I said that with you, Dr. Drew, I got annihilated.
For saying you shouldn't tell.
You shouldn't tell. Because actually, you've got to look at the reason for your telling. What are you going to do to the relationship? Always imagine, how is this going to strengthen the relationship? Are you ever going to do it again? No? Fine. If you're confident about that, then you're not telling your partner for the right reason. You're telling them to alleviate your guilt, and that ain't good.
That is not good. However, if the relationship is in trouble and you have cheated and you're in couples therapy, you probably do need to tell to really get everything on the table and start growing again.
Yeah.
And you and I have both seen couples that do very, very well with that.
Yeah, and that, I just think it is so beautiful. It's incredibly terrifying for couples to make that leap. But when you are able to go into couple therapy, as we both know about, and discuss all of the reasons that you are acting out in your relationship and stuff that you don't know about, then you can have a stronger marriage, and that's beautiful.
All right, speaking of acting out, Beth is a married woman who cheated on her husband. Beth was on the screen here a second ago. Let's see if we can get her. There she is. Beth, now what happened here? What happened with your relationship?
It just went south really quick. We stopped talking to one another. We didn't communicate, and I didn't feel wanted, I didn't feel needed, and I felt like I was living in a house by myself.
Did you? Now, this is what we hear all... Beth, I must tell you, this is almost like a tape recording I've heard for women that cheat, that exact same complaint. But what I'm always surprised about is that the men didn't respond when you complained about that. I imagine you complained for quite some time, no?
I did. You get tired of the rejection. You get tired of the, oh, I can't be bothered right now. Fine. Then don't be bothered. So you just stop trying. You just, you look for it elsewhere. No, it doesn't make it right, but, you know, you get to the point where it's, okay, enough's enough. You get rejected and you just want to move on.
How'd that work out, though? How'd that strategy work?
How'd that work for me, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't work out too well. You know, we tried, we talked about it, he found out about it, he knows the whole gamut. And, you know, I heard you and Simone talking that, you know, is it all right to tell people? You know, is it all right to tell them the whole thing? And he knows it all. And we did do the couples counseling thing, and you know, it is what it is.
Is it getting better? You know, it's so funny. You know, women are deeply affected by this stuff. You sound depressed, and Simone looks stricken hearing the story.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a very difficult. And I imagine, are there children involved too?
Yes, we have a son, and you know, and it is hard, but you know, situations happen, and no, it's not right, and I'm not condoning what I did. I'm not saying, oh, everybody will go out and cheat. You know, once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe that either. It all depends on, like Simone said, the couple, if they're both vested in it and they want it to work forever, how long it is, they want it to work and really both work at it, maybe it can happen.
You know, Beth,
it's still a struggle every day for me.
Beth, though, I must tell you, I really do appreciate your sharing your story, and it is, you know, this is not a trivial issue, it's not a fun issue, it's a deeply emotional issue, and it's about our families in this country. And I hope there's sort of a take-home here for the men, the husbands out there. It's like, hey, when your women tell you that your relationship isn't getting what it needs, listen. It's pretty simple. Just they know what they're talking about. We ain't so good with that. We ain't so good with nurturing relationships and knowing what a relationship needs. But, Beth, I do appreciate you telling the story and being so open and honest. Simone, as always, I'll see you tonight on Loveline. Thank you for being here. In fact, I'm going to bring you back towards the end of the show. We're going to address something at the very, very end. Now, She dated Hugh Hefner, appeared nude in Playboy. She's a reality star, a mother, and a wife. Kendra Wilkinson is here talking about sex and relationship. We'll also have her husband, and they will be taking your calls, 1-855-Dr. Drew 5. There they are. They look happy. You question them. We'll be right back.